The dinner rush at the Blue Lantern was always loud. Plates clattering, glasses chiming, and people laughing a little too loudly. But tonight, the noise wasn't just loud. It was cruel. Maya Alvarez balanced a tray of empty glasses on her arm, her black apron soaked from a spilled drink earlier. She was exhausted but kept a soft smile on her face, the kind of smile people wear when they've learned to swallow their pride. She approached table 7, a group of 4 young men in designer suits. They were laughing, loud and entitled, the kind of laughter that makes a person feel small. She placed down their bill, hoping the night would pass without incident. "Hey, sweetheart." One of them slurred, swirling his glass of whiskey. "Why don't you bring us another round? On the house. You're pretty enough to make it happen." Maya's smile didn't falter, but her fingers tightened around the tray. "I'm sorry, sir. I can't give out drinks for free." That's when the second man, with a sharp jawline and mean eyes, leaned forward. "What's the point of being a waitress if you can't even make things fun?" He tipped the glass in his hand. Before she could move, a cold splash of whiskey drenched her hair, rolled down her face, soaked through her shirt. The entire table erupted in laughter. The restaurant fell into a strange, heavy silence. No one intervened. People glanced, whispered, but no one stepped forward. Maya stood frozen, blinking through the burning liquid. Her chest tightened, not just from the humiliation, but from the memories it stirred. She slowly wiped her face with her trembling hand. "Smile, sweetheart," the first man sneered, holding up his phone. "You're the entertainment tonight." That's when the bell above the door chimed. A tall man in a charcoal suit walked in, his presence quiet but commanding. His eyes swept the room, landing on Maya, soaked, humiliated, standing like a statue. "Maya," he said, voice calm and low. "What happened?" She didn't speak. Her lips trembled. The man's gaze shifted to table 7. The men stopped laughing. Something about his eyes made the air colder. "Who poured it?" His tone was almost gentle, but there was steel beneath it. No one answered. Then the sharp-jawed man smirked, trying to play it off. "Hey man, it was just a joke. She'll survive. She's just a waitress." The man stepped closer. "No," he said softly. "She's my wife." A ripple of shock spread through the restaurant. Maya's breath caught in her throat. She hated attention. She hated scenes. But in that moment, something in her chest flickered, relief, fear, something in between. The men shifted uncomfortably. "Look, we didn't know. It doesn't matter if you knew." His voice didn't rise. It didn't need to. Respect isn't reserved for titles. It's the bare minimum. By now, the manager had rushed over, stammering apologies. But the man ignored him. He reached out, gently placing his jacket over Maya's shoulders. The fabric was warm, dry, safe. She hadn't felt safe in hours. "Do you want me to handle this?" he asked softly. "Or do you want to?" Maya's heart thudded. She wasn't the timid woman she used to be. She had rebuilt herself brick by brick, shift after shift. And right now, she didn't want to hide behind anyone. Even the man she loved. She stepped forward. Her hands still shook, but her voice didn't. "You think people like me are invisible," she said quietly, looking at the men who had laughed. "But one day you'll wish you treated someone better. Not because of who they are, but because of who you become when you don't." The sharp-jawed man tried to laugh again, but his voice faltered. The entire restaurant was watching now. Not her shame, but their discomfort. The CO, Ethan, stood beside her, not in front of her. He didn't need to raise his voice or wave his power around. His silence said everything. The men fumbled for their wallets, stammering apologies they didn't really mean. The manager barred them from ever coming back. And just like that, the room breathed again. Outside, the night air was cool. Maya wrapped Ethan's jacket tighter around herself. "You didn't have to come," she whispered. "I'll always come," he said simply. She looked up at him. Not at the CEO everyone else feared, but at the man who had once met her here as a customer, sitting at the same booth where he'd fallen in love with the waitress who smiled through storms. The humiliation still burned, but it didn't define her. It never would. Maya straightened her shoulders. Tomorrow she'd return to work. Not because she had to, but because this was her life. And no one's cruelty could take that away. The two of them walked down the sidewalk hand in hand, their steps steady, their heads high. The world was still cruel sometimes, but tonight it hadn't won.